Okay.
Okay, so here, okay, if somebody asks you what is software testing, so
Okay.
is a method to check whether actual software product matches the expected, requirements to ensure the software product is defect free, right? So
Okay.
software testing is basically, checking the expected results are matching or not, and also ensure
Mhm.
the software product is defect free, right? So
Okay.
why software testing is important? Because if there are any bugs or errors in the software, it can be identified at early, that can solved before, delivery of a software product. So that's why, the software testing is so important. So identifying bugs, before we
Okay.
do any project. So that's why the software testing is important. Okay, so
Okay.
this is some of the facts why the software is like, if you not tested software properly, then these are the some of
Mhm.
the cases like happened in history. So for example, Nishan cars recalled the over 1 million cars from the market due to the software failure. The airbag, sensor it detects. So there has been
Mhm.
reported two accidents due to the software failure. So what happened is they actually they released cars into the market. Later, what they found is they there is a some defects with the airbag. So what they done is 1 million cars they recalled and they fixed the errors. So that's why
Okay.
before the production of any product, okay. So if you are not identified the bugs, then it will be very problematic. And
Mhm.
in 2005, fighter flying F-35. Okay, there was a software bug making unable to detect the targets correctly. So 2005 we had F-35. There the aircraft was unable to identify the target. So again there was a problem. So China
Okay.
Airlines A300 crashed due to the software bug in April 6, 1994, killing 264 innocent life. So like that, so usually the testing of software is very, very important. So whether it can be
Mhm.
banking applications if you take. So what if, see here, in 1996, a software bug caused bank accounts of 823 customers, major US bank, credited with 920 million US dollars. Okay. So we need to fix the
Mhm.
errors before, it is going to production.
Yeah.
Okay, so in software testing, we have two types of software testing. Basically, functional and non-functional. So if you take functional, it's basically we dealing with the functional things. For example, if you are checking for a login, so when you enter a valid username and password, whether it's logging in or not. So basically, functional testing is basically checking the functionality whether it's working or not. If it is a
Okay.
register button whether it's working or not. So like that,
Okay.
in functional we have different types of you know testings. We have all your functional things, all your functionals in a software whether it's working or not. That is basically functional testing. We have something
Okay.
called as non-functional testing. So what is non-functional testing? So as you know, the functionality of the software is working fine. We have the other parameters. For example, if you take for example, security testing.
Load.
Hello.
Yeah. Load testing. Will it
Yes,
come
yes.
under
Load
non-functional?
testing.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
Mhm.
Security, load, usability
Mhm.
testing, and all the stress testing. So all this
Yeah.
will comes under non-functional testing. So now
Mhm.
we have, SDLC and the STLC, right? So software development lifecycle is there, and software test
Mhm.
lifecycle is there.
Testing.
So some
Mhm.
other times they will ask you during the interview about SDLC and STLC. So
Okay.
here we are not much concerning on the SDLC. See, as you know, we
Mhm.
have requirements gathering in SDLC. So here,
Mhm.
BA, what she will like here she will do is basically, she they collected the
Gather the requirements.
requirements
Mhm.
in this phase, and
Mhm.
analysis here, it's kind of a feasibility study where basically the all the project manager, financial team, everybody will sit together and check
Mhm.
whether like we are able to complete the project within that budget or not, or like what will be the duration, whether we have the sufficient human resource to handle the or not. So like that, analyzing. So next
Mhm.
is design. We have in design, basically the software architect, they will form two types of design. One is high level design and another is low level design.
Mhm.
So high level design, it's basically is, for example, if you have a building from outside, if you see the building from the outside, what you can understand, okay, you can see the building, but you don't know the actual blueprint, right? So it will actually
Mhm.
barely give the abstract view of a software, that is high level. Low level is really
Mhm.
low level design is basically, it's kind of a it is more close to the implementation. Okay, so for
Okay.
example, if when you build a house, what will happen? They will give one blueprint, right? So where exactly the kitchen will come, bedroom will come. Similarly, so that is
Yeah.
basically the more close to the implementation. So that will happen in
Okay.
design. So next is coding is there. So as usual,
Mhm.
the software developers, senior software developers, associate trainees, all these people will sit and they will complete the coding. The next part is testing, and in testing we will check whether the software is defect free or not. So once we completed, it will go to the deployment, right? So that will happen in the SDLC. Okay, so
Yeah.
now STLC. So in our case, what will happen? It's not like, okay, so we have the software test life cycle. So we have to follow all these steps because it is not like just create test cases, go and execute, right? So we have to follow certain steps in software testing life cycle as well. So we'll see in detail in STLC what will happen. So in STLC we have 6 phases: software analysis, test like test planning, test case development, test environment setup, test execution, test cycle, like that we have. So in requirement analysis, what will happen? We have entry criteria for the BRS, business requirement specification document. During this phase, the test studies the analyze the requirements of a testing prospective. This phase helps to identify whether the requirements are testable or not. If the requirement is testable, the test team can communicate with various stakeholders like client, business analyst, technical leads. During this phase, that mitigation strategy can be planned. So usually what will happen, it is not like the testers will sit idle to complete up like coding has to be complete.
Mhm.
It is not like that. So as a tester,
Mhm.
the parallelly these things will happen. So once the BRS
Okay.
will come, what will happen, they will
Mhm.
identify the requirements whether testable or not. So if it
Mhm.
is not testable, they will inform to the client, okay, we are not able to test these components, or like that they will just analyze. Okay, that is basically requirement analysis.
Okay.
So next is test planning. In test planning, the is the first step in test process. In this phase, typically the test manager, test lead involves determining the effort and cost estimate for the entire project. So preparation of test plan will be done based on the requirement analysis. Activities like resource planning, determining the roles and responsibilities, tool selection. Okay, so in test planning, what will happen? We have all the team leads and test managers will be there, right? So what they will do
Yeah.
is they will check whether we have sufficient human resource is there to test the application or not. So if
Yeah.
we have sufficient human resources, like what are the roles and responsibilities, or
Mhm.
if that
Mhm.
software in the later stage, if it is automated, then like what are the technology we have to use. So like that, what
Mhm.
they will do the test planning in this phase. The next.
So,
Mhm.
yeah, can I ask something? So, is it like, is there any project where they will start with the manual testing and later they will go on to an automation testing? Like, can you just give a scenario where that can happen?
Definitely I
Like,
will.
if I say that,
Yes, yes.
yeah, if I say that I started with the manual testing and then eventually I had to do automation testing in Selenium for a project. So,
Yes, yes, definitely I will do. The next step, I will explain about what is the difference between manual and testing, so and automation.
uh-huh,
So I will explain it.
uh-huh.
Okay, so we'll go step.
Okay.
Definitely, I will explain.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so next we have test design. So here actually what will happen in this phase, so everybody will sit and actually what they will do is they will write the test scripts, right? So test cases they will write. Okay,
Okay.
so that will happen in test design.
So that is actually the test case development, right? That
Exactly.
step. I
In
mean
this
that.
step.
Yeah.
Yeah, test
Yeah.
design, the test cases, or like all the test engineers will sit, and what they will do, they will write the test cases, and once the test
Yeah.
cases are ready, then the test cases are reviewed by the test members or the team leads. So our test leads is there, right? So they will check whether
Yeah.
they they come like
Mhm.
the test cases it
Test
covered all the
coverage.
or yeah or not. Okay, so like that
Yeah.
will happen. Test
Mhm.
design. So next phase is test environment setup. So this phase
Mhm.
can be started in parallel with the test design phase. So the test environment
Mhm.
setup is done based on the hardware and software requirement list. In some cases, the test team may not be involved in this phase. The development team or customer provide the test environment. Meanwhile, the test team should be prepare the smoke cases to check the readiness of the given test environment. So here, what will happen? See, okay, so now actually the test cases are ready, and what will happen when, if, for example, if the developer, he developed some module, okay. So first thing what will happen is we will do the smoke test only. Do you know what is smoke test?
Smoke and sanity test are the same, right? Almost the same. I forgot what the smoke test was.
Okay, so this is very, 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 very important. I will explain you today. Okay,
Okay.
what is the difference between
Okay.
smoke and sanity test? Okay, so I will explain that.
Okay.
The smoke is something
Uh-huh.
which is the first test we will do. Okay, in smoke test. What
Okay.
is smoke test is,
Uh-huh.
for example, if somebody give you a login page. Okay, so what you are doing is you
Okay.
are doing smoke test. You are checking whether user name and password, forget password, the components are present or not. Okay, so always remember.
Okay.
So when you get the this any module, first test is you are checking the components of on that particular page. Okay, so first step you will do is
Okay.
smoke. Okay, so I will explain in
Okay.
today class. I will explain about sanity and smoke difference.
Okay.
I will explain you.
Oh,
Okay.
so checking the components is called as a smoke test. Is it like
Uh,
that?
it is kind of actually the testers won't do the smoke. Actually, the developers will do most of the time before it's sending to the
Oh.
testing. It's kind of
Oh, okay.
smoke is something, okay. The component is there or not before start checking. That's all smoke.
Okay. Okay.
I will
Okay.
explain
Okay.
you the.
I think.
Hmm?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I will explain.
Okay. I think after they developers fix something, they just do a quick smoke test before they uh, give it back to the testers, right? To test
Exactly.
it again.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So next is test execution. In this phase, what will happen? The team starts
Mhm.
executing the test cases based on the planned test cases. If the test results
Mhm.
are pass or fail, then they should to be updated in the test cases. The
Yeah.
defect report should be reported. The failed test cases there should be reported to the development team through the bug tracking tool. The fixing the defects. Okay. So what will
Oh.
happen? Test
Okay.
execution. The meaning itself it is there. So what will
Mhm.
they will simply they will execute
Execute
the
the
test
test
cases. Okay. So
cases.
how they will
Yeah.
execute the test cases? If the condition is true, then they will put pass, pass, pass. If particular,
Mhm.
test cases got failed, they will put it as a failed. And also, what will happen in Jira? We have this one, right? The priorities will be there: high, low,
Mhm.
mid. Will
Mhm.
be there. Okay. So if something has to be
Yeah.
fixed immediately, then what they will do? They will put it as high. Okay. If something
Priority to be set as
priorities,
high.
hmm,
Yeah.
priorities, then okay, it has to
Mhm.
fix. Then they will put mid. Then the least something which is not affected the functionalities that still work fine. Then they will put the low. Okay, so
Yeah.
like that they will execute the test cases. So lastly, the
Mhm.
test closure, the final stage where we prepare the closure report and test matrices. So the test team will be called out for the meeting to evaluate the cycle completion of criteria, the test coverage, quality, time, cost, software business. See, the test closure means this is the last phase. It is simply the testing
Mhm.
team. They will meeting together and they will ask like team leader whether are you covered all the test cases or not. What is the time you did you took
Okay.
and all these things they will ask you in the test
Uh-huh.
closure. Okay,
So
so
is it during this phase that the tester will prepare the requirement traceability metrics, or is it the job of a BA to do that and like
uh,
to see whether they have covered all the requirements in their tests?
yeah, that will happen in it will happen
Oh, in the test planning itself?
planning itself. It will be
Oh,
happen.
okay, okay.
Planning
Oh,
only it will
planning, or
happen.
maybe the before this phase it will happen.
Yes, yes,
The
yes.
first phase itself, like analysis phase, they will do
Analysis
all
phase.
this.
Yes, yes, they will do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, okay.
See here,
Uh-huh.
in the test design also we have requirements
Yeah,
traceability
yeah, yeah.
matrices.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Oh,
Okay,
design time they will do. Okay, okay.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
RTM. Okay,
Okay,
so
okay.
this will, yeah, this is about SDLC. Okay, so I will send you all this
Okay.
later.
Okay,
Go through
okay.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, what is the difference between manual testing and automation testing? So we have the LKG definition. If you don't use any tool, okay, if
Mm-hmm.
you do manually, then it is
Mm.
manually testing. If you use some,
Manual testing.
yeah, if you use some tool or if you write some code, then we will call it as a
Mm-hmm.
automation testing. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. So now, why we want the automation testing? So I will tell you. See what will happen.
Uh-huh.
See, most of the time the initial stages will be, we will do the manual testing only. But when we go
Okay.
for automation, see what will happen. Automation is something like basically, uh, okay. See now what happened is initially the testing is over. Then what will happen? There will be software updates or bug fixes will come, right, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So now that time
Mm-hmm.
what will happen? So now you somebody developed for example login screen, right? So login screen, there is a bug fix. Okay, they fixed the bug.
Uh-huh.
Now what will
Uh-huh.
happen? The test engineer what have to do is they have to make sure it doesn't affect the other components. Now login is ready. Make sure the
Uh-huh.
this register is working or not, right? So they have to make sure the other components does not affected by the after defect fix or upgrade, the software upgrade, right? So that time
Mm-hmm.
again you
Mm-hmm.
cannot what you cannot do the manual again and again. It's boring and repetitive, right? So instead of
Mm-hmm.
that, what they will do is they will write the tests, like automation test scripts, so that
Uh-huh.
instead of checking manually, what they will do is they will give it to the Selenium. Okay, so they will run the scripts. So and also they will make sure that okay, after fixing this is not affecting. Okay,
Okay.
so that's why
Okay.
so wherever the repetition will come, so that time they choose the automation testing.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so that means like first they do a manual testing based on the test cases that they have, and they figured out some defects. And since they know that it is going to break at this point, this is where they figured out that there is a bug, right?
Yes.
So they will maybe like they when they clicked on a they logged in and they clicked on a particular tab, and then instead of showing something, it showed something else. So they know that there is an error there. So for that, they will write the automated test script. And the second time when we are doing the testing, we can directly give to the directly do it using this automated tool, so that it will check whether, yeah, right.
Yes, 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 exactly. So that will
Okay.
okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
when
Okay.
we do
Yeah.
something which repetitive again and again, okay. So instead of
Okay.
see here the manual testing is time consuming and it takes a lot of human resources. So instead of that,
Yeah.
we have to minimize
Uh-huh.
the and the second thing is the testing is not like it's never ending process, right? See what will happen initially to develop
Mm.
software, there will be like huge team will be there, right? So some of the time if they have a lot of modules, so what will happen,
Mm-hmm.
like lot of developers will set more than 100 200 like that. So each team will
Mm.
develop the few modules. What they will do, they complete all
Mm.
the modules. Okay, so develop the
Mm-hmm.
software. So now what will happen, they have to so once the development phase got over, then what they will do, they will actually dismantle the team, right?
Yeah.
And what will happen, then what will happen, till the software is there, what will happen,
Uh-huh.
they have to do the bug fix and they have to do the this thing, what you say, the
Testing.
upgradation they have to do, right? So what
Oh,
will
yeah,
happen?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Upgradation and bug fix.
Maintenance.
Yes, maintenance, right? So the
Mhm.
till the the application is there, okay, development will happen once, and it will like, the team will be, once they finish the all modules, they will dismantle. They only keep
Uh-huh.
less developers and less testers, right? So there will
Uh-huh.
be small team to, to do the bug fix, and the software upgradation will be done from the development team. There will be set of test engineers will be there. They will basically they're checking the this one, okay, testing the application.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay.
So
Mhm.
this is
And
about.
even if it is manual testing or whether it is automation testing, initially in the test case design phase, whether we go for automation or manual, we will have the test cases to be written, right? Based on the requirements.
Yes, we have to write.
Okay, okay.
And
So
one more.
those steps are actually there for any project in the testing.
Yes, definitely the test case coverage
Okay,
should be
okay,
there for automation as well, okay.
okay,
And
okay.
one more thing is there is a myth that is 100% automation is not possible, okay. so,
Okay,
so
okay.
if you take any software, 100% automation cannot be possible.
Yeah.
Like 100, but 100% things can happen in manual, but not the automation. Because like there are few components which cannot be done through the automation script.
Uh-huh,
Okay.
uh-huh.
So I will give you some examples if you want, in which scenario we cannot apply automation and all. For example, we have something called as uh, in case of Selenium.
Uh-huh.
So if you want to test the CAPTCHA, whether the CAPTCHA, right, CAPTCHA when you log
Yeah,
in,
yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
CAPTCHA,
Uh-huh.
or if there any
Uh-huh.
like barcodes are there. So in that time you
Oh,
cannot
uh-huh.
you cannot use Selenium. Okay, so I will explain you. That question will be asked in the interviews and all. Okay, so there are few
Okay,
cases
okay.
you cannot 100%. Automation is not possible. Okay, but you can do
Okay,
manual
okay.
testing. Okay, so many things with the manual.
Uh-huh.
That is about
Okay.
automation and manual testing.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, so now we
Yeah,
have
because it goes on changing. How do we check that, right? CAPTCHA and the barcode. Maybe if we,
barcodes and all.
even if we want to write a script for that.
Yes. So it will not
Okay.
happen. So that question will be very
Uh-huh.
important. Okay, so that question in
Okay. Uh-huh. It
Selenium
is
they will
like a
ask you.
random generated number, something like that, right? This thing. Like not
Yes.
number, but it will, yeah, even then, yeah, yeah. Got it. Okay.
Okay. So yeah,
Uh-huh.
that question will be very important in they will ask in the interviews.
Okay.
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 So here we will like we have something called as unit testing. So unit
Mm-hmm.
testing majority of the time it will be done by the developers only. Okay.
Okay.
Very
Okay.
rarely they will give it to the testers, because what will happen, the test engineers, they
Uh-huh.
actually they're not from, many of the test engineers, they're not from the coding background, right? So they don't know about
Mm-hmm.
any coding related things. Okay, so unit testing is
Mm-hmm.
done through the development, coding phase of an application by the developers.
Mm-hmm.
Unit tests isolate a section of code and verify its correctness. It is just like the now the developers, what they will do is, for example, see here we have the calculator. Okay, so in calculator, what are the methods we have? Add method will be there, subtraction, multiplication
Yeah.
methods will be there. So what will happen,
Uh-huh.
the as a developer you are just checking whether that
Whether
particular
the add module works properly,
uh,
subtraction works,
uh, uh,
different modules, whether they're working
module
fine. Yeah.
working fine or not. Okay, so if somebody asks what is unit, unit will actually will comes under the coding only, checking whether
Mm-hmm.
the codes are right or not.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so the unit test.
But so
Hmm.
so one question. So
Hmm.
whether this unit testing is, you said it will be done by developers, right? So
Hmm.
usually, since it is done by developers, will it come under like white box testing or black box testing?
See, it will comes under white box testing. See here, I mentioned
Okay, okay.
the testing of internal
Oh,
workings of a code of a software
oh, okay, okay,
application.
okay, okay,
So
okay.
if white box and unit, okay, so
Yeah,
both are dealing with the code only. Okay,
okay.
so and also no, what will happen? No, basically checking whether no, some of the times what will happen. Uh, they can go for a switch statement. Okay, instead of switch, what they will do, they will use if else statements. So
Uh-huh.
what will happen if you use if else statement? In if else statement, what will happen? So each time, right? So it has to
Uh-huh.
check the all the conditions, right? So like that,
Yeah.
basically the make sure they use the right code. Okay, so basically unit means checking of a coding. Okay, in code. Okay,
Okay.
that is
Okay.
unit. Okay,
Okay.
see, this is very important. Integration testing. So
Mm-hmm.
integration testing, basically, in integration testing, we have, okay, see, integration,
Yeah,
what?
this I actually know these things actually. Yeah, this I have, I know well actually because can I explain that like we have this module testing or unit testing,
Mm-hmm.
and then when we have more than one module completed, you integrate it and then test it. That is what the integration testing, right? After you individually check these modules, you
Mm.
integrate it and then you do a testing. So that will be like integration testing. And under that, we have these three types, right? Big bang, top down, bottom up, and
Yes,
that
yes, yes.
sandwich approach. So big bang means as a whole you are checking, and top down like you have a module, a top module, and then you have the bottom modules. Each you integrate it and then check it. The other one will be from bottom to top. Like you have the sixth module and the fifth module completed. Then you complete the fourth module and integrate it and coming up like as the name implies.
Exactly, exactly. Okay. So
Yeah,
here,
and I think also there is something called stub and driver that you can use if that module is not complete, right?
exactly. Okay. So
Yeah.
here, what will happen? We have something called as stubs and drivers. Okay.
Uh-huh.
See now, imagine this scenario. Okay. See here, what will happen? Now bottom up approach, which for example,
Mhm.
for example, we have the addition. Okay, so
Yeah.
c is equal to a plus b. This actually, this is one module, and imagine the input is one module. Okay, so now
Uh-huh.
bottom up, what will happen? So see now the developers, what they done is they developed the addition module here. Okay,
Okay. Uh-huh.
so to test that, the testers, they won't sit idle, right? So they has to test, right? So for that, they use
Uh-huh.
something called as stubs and drivers here. Okay.
Okay.
So now this
Mhm.
the bottom, which mean addition module. Okay, this is there, right?
Mhm.
So to
Yeah.
check this addition, what exactly we require? We require input A and B, right? Inputs are required.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, what will happen? But this module is not ready. So what we
Mhm.
have to do is we have to use something called as driver here. So drivers, what it
Okay.
will happen? It is kind of a dummy programs where
Mhm.
actually it will work. No, here you can pass the inputs
Input.
with the help of
Yeah.
drivers. It will give you the result.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so that is
Yeah, got that.
driver.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
next.
and this stub and driver module, like as you said, it will be dummy programs, right? So this will be already written by the developer, or this thing is the job of the tester to write this dummy program.
So it will be there. Okay, so you don't need to write it
We
actually.
don't have to.
You don't
Okay,
need to.
okay,
Okay. uh,
okay.
okay, okay, I will tell you. Do you know about knowledge about APIs?
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
In
So
APIs,
application program interface, right? Yeah.
yes, yes, in APIs, what will happen, for example, if they give some APIs, what exactly
Uh-huh.
you use something called as Postman, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Uh-huh.
so what you will do in Postman, you will send the input parameters. For example, if you are sending, get request, put request, all this stuff
Uh-huh.
will do, right?
Uh-huh.
So how
Uh-huh.
exactly the your Postman is working? It's working as a driver only, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So like that, we have the no the tools to check it. Okay.
Okay, okay,
So this is basically driver. Like in
okay.
bottom up, we use this driver, but in case of top down, what will happen? Now this module is ready. Okay, input module is ready.
Mhm.
But the addition C is
Mhm.
equal to A plus B is not there. Okay, but
Yeah.
when you send this 10 and 20, the 30 has to come output. So that time we use dummy programs like stubs we use so to get the
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
So if you want more knowledge about stubs and driver, I will explain to you. Okay, I will.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about system testing? Like, what do you know about system testing?
One more thing, when we said about unit testing, we said like module-wise testing, and integration testing, we said like when we have more than one module completed, we integrate it and then test it, right? So like even if it is module testing or like if it is unit testing, when we write say like I have a login page and I have a name field or a user ID field. So when I write the test cases, I will be writing like the check whether the user ID field shouldn't be blank, right? Or like I have a test case like the user ID field cannot have maybe characters, something like that. So if I am writing these test cases for my that particular module, right? That is also a module, right? Login module, maybe,
Yes.
or some module. So in that case, when I'm writing these test cases, and checking it, we are actually checking the functionality, right? So how do I differentiate this functional testing, an example for a functional testing with this unit testing or module wise testing? Because like even though we have many test cases for that particular module, login module itself, I will have like not one or two test cases, right? Maybe I have three or four for that user ID itself, and like three or four test cases for the password field. And then for the login button, I have something like that. So all these I'm checking. So I am actually checking the functionality of that login module, right?
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, so if I say that, can I say that like this unit testing or this integration testing, all these are functional testing, or
Definitely you can tell. Definitely you can.
right? Okay,
So
okay,
all
okay,
this,
okay. So functional testing, all these are actually functional testing.
all functional only. Okay, even
Okay, okay,
system
okay.
integration unit. So everything
Yeah,
will
yeah.
comes under the functional only.
Okay. Oh, so
Non-functional
if I
testing.
say,
Hmm.
okay, so in my resume, like if I write like I have done functional testing, actually I'm not making it clear actually whether it was
Hmm.
integration testing or whether it was system testing. I'm not making it clear, right?
Yes, 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 yes. So all this will comes
Okay,
under the functional only. Okay.
okay,
So
okay, got it.
non-functional only, it's actually, you are checking the user friendliness of an software.
Yeah, yeah, the stress testing or load and all that,
Load. It
right?
will comes under the,
Security.
yes, 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 yes.
Okay, got it, yeah.
Okay, and
So
also,
system testing, okay.
yeah,
Go ahead, yeah.
yeah, and also in non-functional testing, what will happen? Imagine, so the applications such as Flipkart and Amazon, what will happen majority of the time? So when it will fail, so they when they
During this Black Friday sale and all those time.
yeah. So what will happen?
Yeah.
So immediately, what will happen? There will lot of millions of users will try to access that particular thing. So then what will happen?
Yeah.
The site itself, it will got failed, right?
Hang.
So
Yeah.
now here the thing is, so what is happening is, uh, it is actually not possible, like generally, like how can you send millions of requests at a time on the application? How can you test it? So that time, we use something called as we have the tools such as HP load runner. So like that, we have the tools. Okay, what it will do is it will add all the loads.
That many users.
That when users
Okay.
load, it will apply on the application, and it is checking
Uh-huh.
whether the application how it is behaving at the peak time, right?
Okay. Got
Okay.
it. Yeah.
And also, if you
Mhm.
want to make career on that, so it's probably directly they won't give you the tools and all. So if you
Uh-huh.
few more experience, probably like 5 years, 6 years. After that, you can work
Oh.
in non-functional test cases. That is also having like huge demand, and also there like package is also very high for that non-functional testing. testers. Okay.
Okay. Oh, but only with this manual testing, automation testing. I mean, like other than this non-functional testing, like functional testing only, you can go for this non-functional testing. Like directly, it won't happen.
Yes. So basically, in the
Yeah.
market, the person who actually have the knowledge about all like fewer experience in function. Okay. So then later they will give you the tool. Initially, beginners and all, they won't give you these tools to learn and all. So if you have no interest, you can achieve a lot in. Then you can learn the tools as well. Okay, HP load runner, something we have the tool.
Okay.
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 So next is we have system testing here. Okay, system testing is basically testing, complete and fully integrated software product. Okay, so that is basically system.
Fully
Uh,
testing the full system
so,
after completing.
exactly. Okay, so actually, what is happening is you are checking that particular component as a end user only. Okay, end user only. But the thing is, you are checking as a end user, but the thing is, you are checking in the testing server in your place. Okay, so why I'm telling you is I will explain you. We have the next we have something called as unit integration, system testing, acceptance, like that. So unit testing, it's something to deal with the code. So next we have integration. That is also we have two types, bottom up and top down. This is there. The system testing and acceptance testing is there. Okay, see here what is happening in system testing, done by the professional agent on the completed software product before introduce it to the market. You are actually, what you are doing is, as a user only you are checking, but in the testing environment. Okay, testing server. But acceptance testing is what it will happen. It is done by the end users. So who actually the clients, but it will done in where, in the product, not even production. I can tell it will be still under testing only, but you will do at the client place.
Okay.
Clients will do this. Okay, acceptance they're accepting it's okay. The software.
So when the product is completely developed and after we have done with the system testing, whatever testing we have to do, all that after doing it, we give to the client and client will test at their site. That is called like acceptance testing, and they say whether they accept as per the requirement that they have given earlier.
Yes, exactly. And also in acceptance we have two types. One is beta testing and alpha testing. That is also, if you want, we can learn that.
Okay.
Okay, so now I think you know about unit integration system, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is very important. Smoke and sanity, asked in almost all interviews if you put resume as a software test engineer. Okay, see here, smoke testing is performed to ascertain that critical functionalities of a program is working or not. Okay, so now what happened is, the first test you will do is you will do the smoke only. Okay, so now the developer, if somebody like they told you, okay, they're done with the development of the login page. Okay, the first thing you are doing is, okay, critical functionalities. Okay, when I enter the username and password, when I click the submit button, okay, so it is going on. Okay, hey, wait. Okay, so yeah,
you put the heading. I think heading was changed and
yes.
Yeah.
Smoke will come here. Okay. In smoke test, critical functionalities. Okay, first step in sanity, it is basically once the defects are fixed or functionality new upgradation is done, then you are checking it. That is a sanity testing. Okay. So this testing is performed by the developers or testers. There is not mandatory. Some of the times developers only, they will check and they will give to you. Okay, boss, the login or register screen is working. You can check it. Okay. So the sanity actually, the developers will tell like, okay, I fixed this defect, or I fixed the upgrade. Can you check it? Then you can go for sanity. Okay. So sanity in software testing usually performed by the testers only, because after bug fix or upgradation is done, it has to check by the testers, right? So that basically this is sanity. The smoke testing is access the entire system end to end. Here smoke actually, what you are doing is, again, you are checking that you are doing kind of end-to-end testing and checking that
Okay.
critical functionalities are working or not, fine or not. In case of sanity exercise, only the particular component of the entire system. So if somebody told you, okay, I fixed in login screen, I have fixed the remember password, then what you will do, you will check that full entire this one, right, login functionality, right? That is sanity. Smoke testing is general like a general checkup, okay, and sanity
Okay.
is like a specialized health check. So
Okay.
it's normal you are checking if okay, I will tell you what is exactly is this. See, when you gone to a
Okay.
doctor, right, so you tell you are facing kind of fever or something. So what they will do is, they will see, they will open the eye like this, and they will tell to open the tongue, and they will check,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
that is basically the, what is that, smoke. If the doctor feel like the body temperature is high in front of you, or if something wrong by like looking at you, then you will tell, oh, okay, something wrong, right? Without thinking fully, like by looking at you, they are telling, okay. Smoke also, okay. If somebody told you, okay, this is done, like this module is done. Now you are doing smoke, okay. There only you are checking, and you are telling, see, this is not done, or this is done, right? And sanity is something like, okay, the doctor will tell you, go and do X-ray
Yeah.
or
More specialized.
blood report.
Yeah. Checkup is required. Yeah.
Okay, so that's why it is a specialized health checkup. Okay, so that you
Okay.
can give. Okay, smoke and sanity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so uh, okay, we have like lot of time, so we'll be work on little bit of Java concepts as well. Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so just give me 2 minutes. I will have some water
Okay.
and I will come back.
Okay. Sure. Sure.
Just
Sure.
be online. Okay.
Yeah.
Hello.
Ah,
Yeah,
hi.
I am back.
Yeah. Okay.
So for me, it's actually uh, the class timing will be like I'm working from India actually.
Oh, okay, okay.
So morning
So
5:30 we
there
need
it
to
will
wake.
be. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, it's now it is 5. So there it is 5:30, right? I mean now it is 6:30, I
Now
think.
it's 6:30 now here. Yeah.
Yeah, 6:30. Yeah. Okay, okay.
So
Oh.
for you, 5:30 to like I'm taking the class. I need to handle
Uh-huh.
one more batch that I'm taking development class as well. That will start
Oh,
at
okay, okay.
7:30. Two batches I need to do. So,
Okay, okay. Oh, actually, I told 5 will be fine, like because for me now only it is 5, but
uh-huh.
it started at 4. So I was about to tell if it is 5, it is okay for me. But anyway, it won't work for you, right? Because you
Uh,
have another class, right?
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah. Another
for your
batch.
time, it will be then 6. Yeah, another 1 hour you could have slept actually.
That's okay. I'm just telling, like
Yeah.
it's kind of morning for me, and it's kind of weird feeling when you wake up at 5:30 and you take class, right?
Yeah, yeah, correct. Yeah, yeah. Immediately after just getting up.
Just wake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll working on today. We'll be working on collection framework. Okay, so in collection framework, mm, this here.
Also, Teja,
Mm,
if you can, like in the later class, not today, maybe next class or something,
mm,
if possible, could you please let me know, like, as like when we say, like, we have just started, like, we have done a little bit testing,
mm.
like, what will be the questions that will be covered, like, for the interview wise, like, these things are basics actually, right? So, when we say that we have worked in the field like as a software engineer, we will be knowing certain things, right? So from the practical side, like what can be the questions other than this theory type? Theory wise, the questions, even if they ask, like these will be the things, right? Anyway, what you have covered.
Definitely, definitely. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
basically, I have tons of interview questions and answers for like I have. Okay. So I used to
Okay.
work for another institute. So
Uh-huh.
almost if you go through like this much of documents, okay, 100%,
Uh-huh.
okay, like you can clear the interview. There is no chance.
This is for testing only, right?
This is all for testing only. Okay. So
Okay,
all
okay.
the
So
documents
you
are
will
there.
send me these documents. So you have
Definitely.
my email, like, yeah,
No,
okay.
no, no, no. Actually, the materials will be sent by the Cloudbeak. They will send you. Okay.
Okay,
So,
okay, okay.
so once
Okay.
I finish with each class, I will send you the PPT and also you will be getting the recorded session as well. So if you feel like if you are not clear with any of the concept,
Okay,
you can go through that video recording and you can do that. Okay,
okay, okay,
that is
okay.
also available. So don't worry, we will be working on practical part and also what we'll do is we'll be writing test cases as well. Okay, so you will get
Okay,
hands-on experience in writing test cases as well. Okay, so we
okay.
have sufficient time, like we'll be working in 20 days, right? So 100% I will cover all the
Oh,
concepts.
it's 20.
20 class.
Okay, uh-huh.
So
Okay,
definitely,
20 classes.
mm, so I will
Yeah,
share all
because
the.
for me, I will have to go for the marketing
Mm,
through my client, like by like mostly by the after 15 days or something. So
uh,
I am just thinking of that ahead, like how it will be. So
mm,
yeah, even though there are 20 classes, like I wanted to start a little early the marketing thing. So that is why
mhm.
I'm asking you about how it will be for the interview wise too.
Yes, yes, yes. Initially, no, this is initial phases, right? So we'll go slow and study only.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Okay, okay,
I will send you all the things, okay, all the materials, whatever I have,
okay,
and 100%
okay. Thank
sure, all the materials, whatever I sent you. So just go through
you.
them,
Uh-huh.
and also I will be,
Yeah.
like in real time, like I will explain to you. Okay.
Okay. So these materials will have the Java thing also, right? If at all required, questions that is needed,
Yes, yes,
Java
definitely.
interview questions based
Java
on
interview
testing.
questions
Okay.
based on testing.
Okay.
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 So I
Mhm.
will open one by one document and I will explain to you. So and also I will
Okay.
make zip and I will send to so Cloudby and they will forward to you. Okay.
Okay. Fine. Okay.
Okay. So now we'll be working on collection. In collection we have so
Okay.
many things, but the major interview questions will be asked on array list, linked list, and hash map. Okay. So if you know these three, so
Okay.
it will be and okay. Let me explain to you.
Okay.
Okay, so first we have something called as array list. So do you know what is the difference between collection and array?
I don't know exactly.
Okay, so I will tell you. See what will happen if you are dealing with the array. Arrays are
Uh-huh.
basically fixed in length.
Okay.
Okay, if you tell array size of 5, okay, then for the
Yeah.
sixth location it is not possible to insert because of the limitation.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
but when it comes to the collection framework, what will happen is, so here you can store like unlimited data and it's kind of a ready-made architecture. Okay, there are so
Okay.
many methods, everything will be already available so that you are
Okay.
easily able to use this in. Okay, and it
Okay.
is
So
coming from,
is it similar to like a linked list where you can dynamically grow the size of the array? Like if it is a linked list, we can dynamically allocate the
yes, I will explain you
elements.
what is the difference
Okay.
between array list and linked list as well today class.
Okay. Okay.
So basically, it is come from the util class, okay, the array list and the collection framework, util dot collection, which will
Okay.
be default provided by the Java only, okay.
Okay.
So now here, if you want, you can type, ar dot add like
Mhm.
this. You can
Mhm.
add, strings if you maybe strings. You can use, ar dot add here. You can go for boolean. You can store
Mhm.
or ar dot add. You can store the integers like this. You can easily able to store and you can display it. Okay, this will
Okay.
happen in array list. When I give this, oops, server is running. Run as. Okay, I need to close the project somewhere. Okay. Okay, now it is printing. Okay, so now what are the
Okay.
key points you have to remember in array list? Okay, the first part what you have to remember is, okay, so in array list the first point is actually how it will store with the help of dynamic array. It will
Mhm.
insert based on the index. For example, what happened is here I inserted something called as AAA. So what
Mhm.
it will happen, it will store in the zeroth
Zero
position,
location.
and the
Yeah.
second position, third position, fourth position, like that it will store. Okay, that
Yeah.
is one point. Okay,
Mhm.
and the second
Mhm.
point is array list can store the duplicate values as well. See here AAA is there, right? So again you can
Mhm.
store AAA like this.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so if you want, if I run this, see it can have duplicate elements.
Mhm.
Okay, this is the
Okay.
second
Mhm.
point. And third
Okay.
point is uh, okay, duplicate elements is possible. Then what else?
Different data type,
Uh,
Boolean, integer, and
yeah, that is
string
also
stored, right?
possible. Okay, the only drawback with
Yeah.
the array list is what will happen when you delete
Mhm.
something from the array list. Okay, see now this is
Mhm.
in the zeroth position and this is in the first position, right? So if you delete something from
Yeah.
array list, what will happen? For example, if you delete something from the first location, what will happen?
Mm.
The shifting of elements will be takes place. Okay, so for
Oh,
example,
okay.
yeah, here we have the second element, right? So we have the second
Uh-huh.
element here. Now you are deleting something here. One you are deleting. Then what will happen? 2, 3, 4, 5 is there, right? The shifting will be happen. 2 will come from 1,
Oh,
2 is come from 3, like that. Okay, shifting of elements take
okay.
place. Okay? That is a major drawback
Okay.
of array list.
Okay.
Okay.
Also, if later in the program, if we have accessed the array location element of array 2,
Mm.
then everything will be messed up because it will be actually getting, we will be getting the value of the array position 3 actually because of that delete.
Yes, 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 yes. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So that is a major drawback of array list.
Array
Okay.
list. Okay.
Next we have something called as linked list. Okay. So
Okay.
linked list also the same thing. Okay, so here in linked list, what will happen? Same thing here also same only. Okay, it can store the duplicate values and all. It can store
Yeah.
same, but what is happening is when compared to the array list, the linked lists are faster. Okay, so how I will explain it. So the linked list will be something like this. Okay, so I'll tell you. Okay, imagine you are storing like 1 here, 2 here, 3 here, 4. Okay, so linked list, the meaning itself it is there, it will be linking like this after another line. It will be linked like this. Okay. Sorry, it actually link
And
from here to here. Okay, so yeah, it will be linked here.
yeah, the link, yeah.
And
Yeah. The data part and the link part actually. So it is getting linked from each.
it will be linked like this. Here what will happen when you delete something from a linked list? Okay, when you delete something from the linked list, what will happen? Instead of shifting, okay, instead of shifting, what will happen? It will simply, it will link like this.
Point to the other one. Yeah.
Okay, so because of that, when compared to the array list, linked list will be work faster.
Yeah.
And one more thing is we have some methods. Okay?
So this one more thing, Teja. So when this when you remove that node, right?
Mm.
It directly pointed to the other node, right?
Yes.
So this in Java will this function or under this collection whatever this
Mm.
linked list class is there, right? We are importing that, right? So that package will take care of this handling this pointers also, right?
Not,
Or do we have to
yeah,
understand that?
nothing. I mean, because
Okay,
we are
okay,
not dealing with any like memory things, nothing. This is just
okay, okay,
because some of the interviews they randomly they will ask you the question. What is the? Can you tell me what is the difference
okay.
between array list and linked list? Okay, so if you
Oh, okay.
uh, if what will happen when you explain like this? Okay, so they will feel like okay, she knows in detail about the collection
Okay,
point.
linked list and array list. Okay,
In
okay,
detail.
got it. Okay,
Okay,
okay.
so that they will
Uh-huh.
get very like impressed.
Okay, okay,
Okay,
got it.
so the linked list will be work. Okay, but all methods, okay, in array list and linked list will use this like almost same methods. But in case of linked list, two methods will come extra. Okay,
Okay,
add first and add last you can use in the linked list.
linked list. Okay.
Because it is linking like this, na? Because
Yeah, yeah.
okay,
Uh-huh.
so if you want,
Uh.
for example, I will show you. Okay, so here,
That means a node will be added to the last of the linked list
uh,
using this add last method, maybe.
yes,
Yeah.
here add first. I will give something like BBB. Okay, AR
Okay.
and AR dot add last. Okay, imagine I will give DDD or something like that. Okay, so now when I run this
Okay.
program, see here BBB DDD is coming.
Yeah. Yeah. Got it. Yeah.
Okay, so the only these two extra methods will be used in the
They're in the linked list.
linked list
Yeah.
because of this mechanism. Okay, you can able to
Yeah,
link
got
list
it.
first and
Yeah.
last. Okay,
Yeah.
so this is about linked list and array list and its differences. Okay,
Yeah.
so next we have something called as hash map. Okay,
Okay.
so in hash map, it having a key value pairs will be there for the hash map.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so let me hash map. Just is equal to new. Okay, so the hash map will be like this. So there will be key value pairs will be there here. Okay, key value like that. So now if you want to add something, hs dot, previously we used something called as add, right? So in hash map, add won't come. Okay, add won't come.
Okay.
Instead of add, they will ask for put. Okay, see here, put integer key and string value. Okay, key I will give as 1 and value for example I can give some junk data like this. Okay, key value like that it will store. Okay, let me show you here. Like this. Okay, so
Okay.
okay, so like this. Like key value like this. But here you cannot store the duplicate elements. Okay, so for example,
Oh, okay.
okay, one AAA is there, right? So now what I will do is here I will use again like this. See here the duplicate elements, one AA and one AA was there, right? So it's stored only once.
Okay.
So duplicate elements cannot be stored. And one more thing is you can have multiple null values you can have. Okay, see here.
Oh,
So hs dot put, I can give 3 here and I can put null like this. Like this. Okay, you can have multiple null values when I run this. See here like this you can have multiple. If you want you can place how much ever null values if you want you can put. But
okay.
you can have only one null key is allowed. Okay, see here 1 2 3 4 is there, right? So here one null value, which means see here hs dot put. So here I will give null. Okay, so here I will give some data. Okay, imagine I will give data only. So like this. So if I run this, say yeah, see here it will store null data,
Yeah.
but
But
only
one more
once.
null for key value will not work.
So if you want I will type that and I will put data 1. I think data 1 it will store, data I think it won't store, I guess. Yeah, let me check.
Oh, okay.
See here data 1 it's stored and this
Oh,
is not stored. Okay,
oh,
so
that why did the it didn't store data? It stored data. No, so last one it stored.
yes. So yeah, because see here even if you observe here, okay, one AA is there, one AA. It is always like
ABA.
okay, so
Yeah,
yeah,
if you change ABA, we can see whether it is the last one.
yes. See here ABA is stored. The
Yeah.
previous one it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Oh, okay. But whatever comes last, that is getting replaced actually. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
So
Mhm.
if somebody asks you in interview, do you know about collection framework? So you can tell,
Okay.
array list, linked list, and hash
Uh-huh.
map. And whatever
Okay.
you explain them all this points, whatever I told. Okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So yeah. So today I will stop here, and
Okay.
we will be working on few more classes. We will work on. I will cover all the manual testing concepts. Then parallelly we will be
Okay.
working on Java as well.
Okay.
After a few classes, probably will as soon as possible we'll jump into Selenium. Okay.
Okay, fine. Okay. And is there any live like projects or any site that you know that I can check on for these test cases and testing related something like if you can, then could
Definitely,
you
I will
please
give
send?
you. I will send you.
Ah,
I will in next
okay.
class. I will list and I will send to you. Okay. There is
Okay,
one
fine. Okay.
site. All the web, for example, checkbox, edit box, there will be in one page. Okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
that
Okay.
I will send you. That will be as a test engineer. That site you have to use it. Okay. So I will
Yeah,
share you
yeah,
that link.
something like that. Yeah. Okay, fine. Okay.
Hmm?
Okay.
I will share
Okay.
you.
That will be very useful, Teja. Okay. Okay. Got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, then tomorrow the same timing, right? My 5 o'clock, I mean 4 o'clock timing.
Sure. Yes. Same time.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Thank you so much, Rita. Okay, thank
Okay.
you.
Okay.
Have a
Yeah.
great day. Yeah, bye.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
too. Bye.
okay.